In the Gospel of St. Luke, there's a well-known and beautiful parable told by Jesus. It's the story of a great banquet in which Jesus makes the point very clearly that those who reject the invitation to dine with him will be rejected, and those who accept it will be saved. So now, with all due respect to the beautiful original, I'd like to add some more details to that story. A man had a banquet, but the host is not just any man. In fact, he is a great king who lives in a beautiful, enormous palace. Unlike most other kings who become intoxicated by their power, this king is not only benevolent and generous, but he truly is the most righteous and wise man in the entire kingdom. He knows each and every citizen by name. He grieves and he celebrates with them, and he remembers them in all his prayers. He is their greatest advocate. Many years earlier, his kingdom was nearly lost, destroyed and neglected by the corrupt leaders that were in authority. And so, in order to save it, the king took matters into his own hands, and he took back the reins of leadership, knowing that there was not a single person who could represent him authentically. Once the king regained his position, he had a brilliant idea. He would share his vision for the future of the kingdom with each and every member on a weekly basis. He even wrote a book that laid out his philosophy of life and told the story of how he had saved his kingdom when it was under threat. It became a bestseller, but few actually read it. Still, every Sunday, he opened the doors to the palace to welcome everyone to a great banquet. At first, it seemed too good to be true, as the young and the old, the rich and the poor, the peasants and the powerful came and sat next to each other at an enormous table and listened to their king speak like no one had ever spoken before. After he shared his vision and related how it applied to every single person's life, the king invited everyone to dine on his favorite meal. It wasn't too long, though, before excuses to not attend were being issued. Some simply grew weary of listening to him, while others looked around at the other citizens and felt they didn't belong. The wealthy didn't appreciate the poor, and the poor felt uncomfortable among the wealthy. A rumor began to spread among some that the king himself would not even be present at the banquet. But that was never the case. From the beginning, he promised that if the citizens took the time to come to the palace, he would surely be with them, welcoming each and every citizen of his kingdom to his palace was truly his greatest joy. One by one, though, they began to make excuses, and the king, being a loving and forgiving man, accepted their refusal because he never wanted to be known as a dictator, but rather as a king who allowed his citizens to express their freedom, to choose their own destiny. Still, invitations were issued every week, but before long, some even refused to reply to the invitation, as if it never came. Knowing that the king would never harm them, some even refused to pay their taxes, to participate in civic responsibilities, and a few began even to speak ill of him to others. For this loving king, though, there was a bright spot. Some people still remembered the anniversary of his victory, the day that he saved the kingdom. On that day, most agreed it would be proper to give the king his due, to attend the banquet, to listen to him, talk about how he had saved them, and to offer the kingdom a little donation for all that he had done. And so, those who had turned down his invitation for 51 straight weeks came back. The king welcomed them joyfully at the door, his heart feeling both happy and sad at the same time. He wondered if he could do anything special for that 1 week. And so he brought out the best he had. He called all of his faithful helpers to roll out the red carpet with flowers, decorations, and the best speech that he could possibly muster, just hoping that it would be enough, hoping that his love for them would show through enough during that brief opportunity that he had. Some of the citizens planned to go to the banquet, but wondered if he could change the time or the day, perhaps, to something a little bit more convenient for them. Others agreed to go, but later on, after he was done speaking. They just wanted to eat and get out as soon as possible. Still others, perhaps feeling a little embarrassed, didn't want to make eye contact with the king. And so it wasn't long before they went from sitting in the back to not coming altogether. Today, that same king continues to issue his invitation to every single person without interruptions. But few actually attend the banquet now. For now the palace is open, but there's no guarantee that the king will always invite those citizens. He may in fact just begin to look for some new citizens that will at least recognize him for what he's done. So that's the end of the parable. But let's not forget something. Jesus Christ is no earthly king, nor is he limited by human capabilities as this king would have been. What Christ has done and continues to do for those who follow him literally cannot be expressed with any words. We owe him everything: love, gratitude, obedience, and worship at the banquet of banquets that he offers every single week. May God bless you always.